Hey everyone, I'm Jenny Hart with the Jenny Hart team at Keller Williams. I'm back here today with Farrah Crosbie, House to Home Inspections, and her awesome dogs, Duke and Ella. They might get a little crazy during the video, but we love dogs, so we're happy to have them here. Today we're going to talk about how to prepare your home for a home inspection. So if you have your house under contract and the buyers are coming in to do their inspection, there's a few things to keep in mind. One being pets. We love pets, but if they are aggressive or if you think they're really going to be in the inspector's way, please remove them from the home or have them in a kennel or something so that the inspector can do their job. Farrah, what are some other things?
That's great. Yeah, that was really good, Jane. That was awesome. Definitely make sure I have access to everything in the house. That means make sure that I can get in any crawl spaces, any attic hatches, make sure that the garage is locked. There's a lot of different things. Another thing is outbuildings. So if somebody has a shed on their property that they're going to be leaving on the property, they need to make sure that it's unlocked. Another thing would be sometimes there's locks on electrical boxes. I see that once in a while and no one really knew that they were on there. So I have to have permission to cut the lock. So just make sure that everything is accessible. Nothing has to be perfect clean, anything like that. I mean,
we're not looking at staging. No. We're not looking at all your moving boxes because you'll probably have 100 of them out. But we do need access, the appliances. She's going to run the dishwasher, things like that. Make sure everything's working.
The oven, make sure that the oven doesn't have a lot of storage in it. Sometimes people, and I do the same thing. I mean, I throw a bunch of pans in there to get them out of the way, but really I will be turning the oven on. So I'll have to take everything out of the oven to make sure that it's functioning properly. Another thing too is underneath the sinks. Make sure that I can get under the sink and make sure there's no leaking and stuff like that. So if there's things, I need to remove them. And I try really hard to put everything back the way I found it, but sometimes I run into stuff where I have to take everything out and then put it back in. It might not be the best. I didn't do the best job.
So there are a few things that you as a homeowner or seller can do to prepare your home for the inspection. One of those being replace all the light bulbs that are not working. We don't want to assume that there's an electrical issue and the lights aren't working. So if the light bulb's out, maybe replace those. What else?
Yeah, that's really good. That's like one of the things that I have to write up if I don't have an extra light bulb if it's not working. So you want to make sure, just like Jenny said, that just make sure that everything, all the lights are working, and that's one less thing that we have to worry about. So another thing would be the smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. Those are really easy to replace and something that you almost kind of have to do. There's a few other things. Let's see. Some of the safety things I find that you're going to be able to kind of fix are really related to the smoke and the carbon monoxide.
Oh, the garage door is one that comes up.
Yeah, the garage door, the photo eyes on the garage door, so those little lasers that are on the bottom, it's really important that it reverses when those are tripped. So that's one thing that's very common that I find all the time. And that doesn't cost a lot, so just make sure that they're working in proper order, they're clean. Sometimes if they just have spider webs on them, they won't reverse. So that's one thing that definitely doesn't cost a lot of money, but it's something that's a safety issue that I find a lot. Yeah.
Handrails, make sure your handrails are secure. She'll write up everything. So you'll get a 30-page report and it'll look like your house is falling apart, but really it's just minor stuff. The inspector's job is to make sure the buyer knows what they're getting into. So everything that she finds will be documented, but there are a lot of little things you can do on your own.
Yeah. So another thing you can do that's really inexpensive is making sure that all the downspouts are connected. All those extensions are connected. And those aren't very expensive if you're missing a few. And so that's where the gutter comes off the roof and then there's an extension and it should be like 5 feet long and it should point away from the foundation of your house. So those things are maybe $7, $8 at Home Depot or Lowe's. And that really, if you have all those taken care of around the perimeter of the property before you have the inspection, that's going to make a big difference because those are always written up. It's one of the things that it seems like a minor detail, but if you have water sitting next to your foundation, it's going to ruin the foundation. So get those things taken care of before you put your house for sale or before you have the inspection done.
Absolutely. If you guys are thinking of having a pre-inspection done prior to listing your home, Farrah loves to do those. She'll come in and point out all of those little things that you thought were perfect about your house that might not be. So that'll prevent you from getting a 30-page inspection report. It still might be 10 pages because her job is to educate the new buyer on how to maintain their home. So if you have questions, we'll put Farrah's contact info in this video, and you can also contact me directly. Thank you guys.
Thanks,
Have a good
Jen.
week.
Thank you.